No, you right on point, sis, and I'm so glad you said that. And as far as that light, you definitely do have that light, and you can tell when, as you know, we like to say, as in the luminous tribe, you can tell when you're illuminating too brightly for certain people, and a lot of people can't handle the truth, so it will agitate certain people. Since we are the light walking on this dark planet that we live on, some people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to shine their light, so they don't know how to act when you shine yours. But keep doing what you do, sis, because I like the light that you always illuminate when you come in the room. And I'm going to keep that in mind too.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. It just has to be done. Like we talk about every day. Like a lot of people are happy in the doom and gloom. But you know what I'm saying? When you understand that you are the light and the light you have, you understand that you can make the corrections that you need to make in your life. You know what I'm saying? To get where it is that you need to be. And nobody is in control of your destiny but you. Nobody is coming out of the sky to save you. You are the one. They got to be your savior. So, I like your energy, sis.
Yeah, so I feel like it's 50-50. I have to relearn some things so I can make the correction going forward. So anything that I do owe, I feel like right now and today and moving forward, I have to go through the works and the trials or whatever that may look like to correct myself so I can be my better self and always try to operate in that high self in me.
Thank you. Did anybody else want to add anything? I don't know if Dream, you got another clip or anything. But if you, go
I
ahead.
do. Go ahead. Um,
Go ahead, Water.
To Phoenix's point, I can see the 50-50 thing. I really don't feel like anybody's karmic debt is actually paid off. Because while I feel like people might be thinking that they're doing something right now, but you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You make mistakes all the time, and you thinking you doing what's best to try to get everything off of your back at this point in time. But when the future happens, it could be speed bumps in the road, obstacles. You never know what the situation could be. So I truly don't think it's completely paid off until you actually leave this plane or this lifetime.
And is that based off of the things that you've done, or do you believe in the generational curses?
To be honest, I do believe in generational curses. If and that's just me, cause I feel like shit that your ancestors did back then probably would fall on their descendants. And I know that that's people probably don't agree with that with certain things, but I feel like
We
when you
ain't
start,
gotta agree, sis. We want to know how you feel. Like,
I
'cause
feel
it's
like when
levels
you
to this shit.
when you put things out in the air and you do shit to folks and then they start casting all them spells or whatever the fuck, and then it's like, oh, if you don't do right, then the rest of your family gonna suffer. And then it's like you start to see that your family is suffering, and it trickles down to your kids, to your grandkids. And I was like, it's just a lifetime of bullshit that's happening. I mean, for example, I want to say the Kennedys, I think would be probably a good example, because it always seemed like death would follow them from start to finish, and nobody never knew where exactly it came from. But whatever the fuck they was doing put a lot of shit on them to the point where it was like they all started dropping like flies one by one.
I can see that. I can see that.
Hey, but even though them niggas had bread, them niggas was rich as a motherfucker. Them niggas was into some shit. They fucked with the gangsters. They fucked with the mobsters. They fucked with the political parties. They fucked with the motherfuckers who was in everything. So when it come to that shit, I don't know if I can say it's common. Them motherfuckers was had their hands into some bullshit. The daddy was a goddamn bootlegger. They was into some shit. I think it be based on decisions, man. The individual.
I see that, but I feel like when you get into some shit with people like that and they feel like you screwing them over, they gonna gun for any and everybody that you love.
Right.
Yeah,
So that's
but you
something
gotta
that
keep
you
him.
did. That ain't something that somebody else did. That's something that you went and sat out and did.
Also,
So yeah, it's gonna come back on you.
keep in
You should expect
mind,
it.
it's a political family. So whatever it is that granddaddy was doing, his son doing it, he gonna teach it to his daughter. That daughter
Hmm.
gonna, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna keep going on. So everybody hand is in this pot. It ain't no innocent parties.
And I agree with what Water stated because the first thing that popped in my mind is um, what you think you're doing good for someone is for the betterment of them could actually be like the detriment to them.
Hold on, y'all. These niggas arguing. This shit about to be funny.
I have a question to the
Mm,
room.
yes, ma'am.
Do y'all believe that you can, outside the generational curse, do you think that you can carry someone else's karma by any chance?
I don't feel like I can carry someone else's karma. But I feel like the things that we do carry are genetic, such as like the mental health, the mental anguish, the anxiety, like, because a lot of that starts in the womb. And I think that our mothers, pass that down to us, however form that comes, whether it's her own or the environment that she's in. But I do find that a lot of my mom's anxieties, I do carry that, and a lot of times it's for no reason at all. But and I recognize it when it happens. Those types of things, I believe. But as far as me technically having to deal with her karma, no. If people are still alive that don't like her, then yeah, I probably can catch some of that energy. But you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm prepared for that. So no, I don't necessarily think, you know what I'm saying, you know.
I would say yes, and I'm saying yes from an insular standpoint. Yes, I'm using that word again for Clubhouse. I was taught, and I've actually seen it happen in my own time, that you can inherit someone's karma, even people that you are not blood related to, if you get involved in certain situations, or if you get in the way of them receiving their karma. uh, it can actually revert back to you. And like I said, I've been warned before, not distinctly about that person by name, but in descriptions in regards to a particular person. Well, several people in my time, but um, I was warned ahead of time that if you make this decision or if you even get involved, if you try to adjust what's going on, that it will fall back on me. If I had to think off the top of my head, I would say about six people. At least two of them, I actually did inherit their karma by trying to help out or be involved in what was going on. And it turned out pretty bad because I didn't listen to the warning ahead of time. So I don't think that's the case for all people in all situations, but I will say from experience, I have seen it done.
I actually saved a video specifically in regards to that Glock where it's stating where you know within your intuition and something in the back of your head is telling you like this relationship does not need to continue, but yet you still go ahead and continue anyway. And that you are in a sense when the person was on their path to whatever the lessons of the death that they had, that you in a sense kind of interrupted that. And for you interrupting that unknowingly, you now get passed down whatever that debt or karma was, and now you're both going through it, and it's very, very bad. And then once separated, then that person will still continue on their lesson, and then the karma for you or that debt thing actually stops for you because you actually separated and stopped disrupting the lesson that they were supposed to learn?
I asked that question because um I believe I actually experienced it. And I remember asking like a fellow Christian, and that I'm actually close to, and they was just like, no, I don't think they don't even make any sense. Like how you can pay for somebody else's karma. It is like it's theirs, but the situation is that if your life is one way and someone comes into your life and nothing about what you're doing in your life has changed outside of adding this person in, and then things start to turn and you start finding out certain people from that side, whether if it's in the family or like past situations or whatever, is using, I'll say, playing with magic or spells or whatever, and certain things will come to your dreams and you trying to figure out like, where is this coming from? And then once it became so strong to the point where the person had to reveal themselves to you. And then after so like probably like a year or two after that passed, and I separated myself from that person, and it's almost like everything just kind of like went back to my normalcy of what my life was before, and it's like night and day. And so when I asked that question, it like, by you saying that, Glock, it kind of confirmed for me. Like I felt like that's kind of like what it was. Or some people on the outside looking in, they was just like, I mean, no, you were just kind of like dealing with somebody that XYZ, but this person was great to me. It wasn't that they were causing it, but it was just the other shit that they had. They was actually, it's like a baggage, I would say. And I
It's the
felt all that shit.
energy.
Yeah, I felt all of that shit. Like unwillingly, I didn't ask for it, but yeah.
You're gonna
So
feel other people's energy. Like it could be as easily as being in the grocery store and the person next to you. Like if you really in tune, you know what I'm saying, with yourself and your work, you're gonna feel that energy, you know what I'm saying, whether you participating or not. So I don't know. I just always say just be aware of what's around you is what I say. I don't know. I just don't believe that I'm gonna catch somebody else's karma. I do believe that poor decision making can put me in certain situations to where, oh well, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time type shit. But then at the same time, I feel like everything goes the way that it's supposed to go. Too. But if them people practicing that magic sis, then yeah, that's a whole nother different thing. Then I would say that's what Glock talking about. That's
yep.
that's why I hate that people are scared of spirituality, even though it's in the Bible. It's the rituals and everything is in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And people are so afraid of it. But then so much is coming against us every day, and we don't even know how to deal with ourselves and how to protect ourselves. I don't like that for us.
And this is why I appreciate y'all room, Dream and Badu, because if y'all expose this and we having these conversations, some people may be going through stuff and experiencing things that they cannot, explain. And the more these conversations come about, it will kind of, help them to realize like, okay, well, maybe I need to, ask questions, and what I'm saying. And I feel like y'all are really educated in this, and y'all will give good advice. Y'all won't stir anyone wrong. So I think it's very can't get my words together. It's beneficial to the community. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want people to just realize what's going on around them.
I just want people to understand their power, you know what I'm saying? Especially as black people, I want us to understand the power that we do have and stop saying that we at the bottom of everything. Like we just want to throw ourselves at the bottom of everything and I don't know, I'm standing on top of my shit. I don't know what y'all niggas doing.
All right. No, I agree. And also, living in the, I won't, I won't call it a fear, but maybe in a sense of feeling anxious that you will be just like your parents, or you may, um with, if there's any type of health issues that you might inherit that, or have these indications that you'll end up just like them, or certain actions. And because I think even G Billa said it earlier in regards to, like, words are very powerful, like what you speak and what you say. So if you're saying it on a regular basis and you're not being even um you're not being
Cognitive.
aware, and yeah, and even cognitive to what you're saying out loud, present, that's the word I really want to use. If you're not being present in what you're saying or understanding what you're saying, you may end up just like them. But if you understand that you are an individual, and then you, like you said, Badu, you actually know your own power and what you possess, and you put in your own individual work, whatever that looks like for yourself, how fucking magical you will be. It's a beautiful experience.
Yes, ma'am, I concur. Definitely. I mean, it's gonna be ups and downs and everything, and I mean, it's not bewitched. You know what I'm saying? It's not I dream a genie. Like, some of us are praying to somebody that we never seen, waiting on somebody. Some of us are praying to many gods. Some of us get up and, you know what I'm saying, give thanks to ourselves and pray to ourselves and encourage ourselves. Whatever it is that you're doing to get through these days, just take it one day at a time.
Absolutely. I had another clip to play if you guys didn't mind. It was it's
I
dealing
don't
with
know.
it deals with karmic relationships, but it's also this gentleman, and he's speaking about compatibility. So just give me a second and I'll play that. Listen to this. Going off of compatibility just by itself can be a trap. Because first off, you can be compatible with a demon. Like devils know what you like too. The type of women that you like, you want her to have more curves in the highway. The type of man that you like, you want him tall with broad shoulders and a beard. The enemy can send you pain, gift wrapped as your preference. So that's just the first thing about how compatibility can be a trap. The second thing is compatibility is season based. It is possible for you to be compatible with the season of their struggle, but not the season of their success. I want somebody who's going to be there for me if I hit rock bottom. Well, what if they can only handle your rock bottom, but they can't handle your upward season? So now the question becomes, are we really compatible, or do we just share similar dysfunction? We're both broken in the same area. We're both wounded over the same things. We have the same feelings over the same wounds, so we end up sharing hearts. But what happens if one of you heals and the other one doesn't? Because just because you heal doesn't mean that they're going to heal. And just because you heal doesn't mean that you can make them heal. What happens if one of you heal? You will remove what y'all had in common. And I want us to be so whole and so secure that when we heal, we don't end up feeling guilty because they're crawling, but we now have wings. It's not just about compatibility, it's about suitability. Does this individual suit my assignment well? Do they complement what it is that God has me doing in earth while I'm here in time? When a man or a woman has found that, that's a blessing. Because when God gives a blessing, you're not going to have to exchange your mental health as payment to keep it. So maybe you're so exhausted because you're breastfeeding toxicity in order to maintain an image of being happy over the very thing that you told everybody was a blessing.